Yeah, recently someone left a comment under one of my videos and said, if you have a problem, it's sometimes good to just walk away for a couple of days and then come back and reassess. Yeah, I put the panels away yesterday. I have installed the 250 watt panels. Only 3 of them, because the other rails are not long enough to take 3 of these panels. So these are on the roof since yesterday afternoon, late afternoon, about 5 o'clock. And I don't know how they perform. I cleaned them all up here on the driveway and also tested them. So I got about 7.5, 8 amps of short current out of them. They are supposed to have about 9 amp short current. That was at 5 o'clock, so the sun was fairly down already. I hope they all perform well. I guess we will see today, right? That's why I'm charging the car at the moment, because the battery is almost full and I wouldn't have enough space in the battery to take all this energy. So, and also one of my viewers from Germany, Timo, got in contact with me and gave me some further tips in regards to testing the solar panels. You have opened the boxes anyway now, and you have now access to all the single strings of each panel. You can do more testing now with and without the diodes, because I've got all these sort of panels now here. And he also showed me his solar panel multimeter he recently bought to test solar panels. And this is a very interesting device. It connects directly to one of your solar panels and measures the MPPT voltage and MPPT current, as well as the open circuit voltage of an individual solar panel. It can handle panels up to 400 watts and 20 amps. So I ordered one of them yesterday. It comes from AliExpress, so it will take 2 or 3 weeks to come in. But I did some quick research a couple of months ago when I started with this used solar panel business. And I could only find a solar panel tester which cost around $1,500 or something, and there was another one for about $5,000, which could also draw the graphs of your solar panels and all this kind of stuff and logged all the data. So I said, yeah, well, I'm not that professional yet, so probably not. But this one Timo suggested is only 70 Australian dollars. And I linked this down below under the video and also on my website, of course. So I'm very keen to test this instrument out, and especially if you pick up used solar panels, you can quickly hook up this tester and it shows you all the important numbers on one display. Yeah, and Timo also did some testing with this solar panel multimeter and compared it with one of his energy meters he had. So here you can see his test setup he sent me as a photo. So he's got his energy meter and the solar panel multimeter connected at the same time. And the results are almost showing the same numbers. So the accuracy is actually pretty good with this device. So this will be very interesting. Okay guys, I'm charging the car for another half an hour and then we are off to Brisbane today, so I haven't got time to test anything today, unfortunately. But tomorrow is another holiday here in Australia, so I will have a full day of sunshine and testing and time to reassess these solar panels, and we do some more measurement with the open junction boxes on the back of these panels. Alright, let's go. Hey guys, so we are now back home. It's 10 to 7 p.m. The sunset is at 5:20 here at the moment, so we are not getting so much solar anymore. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't really test the new solar setup today. I had a peek here and there on the VRM portal, so thankfully we can always control our setup now with this feature. The Raspi is doing a great job keeping us informed wherever we are. From what I could see of the 750 watts, this string can deliver as a maximum. I have seen only 450, 460 watts today. So I'm not sure what kind of shading we had on the roof. So 4 weeks ago, I made 6 kilowatt hours with only the east roof. I didn't have any panels on the other roof. And now I'm making only 1.7 kilowatt hours from this east roof. So as we approach winter here in Australia, the sun is going down fairly quickly now. And the days are getting shorter, of course, until the 21st of June or something. I think this is the shortest day here in Australia. And then we are going back into spring and summertime again. But until then, that's a long time away. So it get only worse from here. But I knew this before, and that is totally fine. I harvest what I can. That's why I have so many solar panels set up here. I will install them all over time, so we got more energy during the winter time, and we will have heaps, a lot of energy in summertime, of course, then. You remember this capacity tester we had set up for measuring our lithium iron phosphate batteries at the beginning, and pretty good device actually for this price. Well, I had this one connected to one of the solar panels the day before yesterday, and then I slowly turned up the current here with the potentiometers until I could see the maximum power point. And I had one of the Suntech panels connected in full sunlight out there, 190 watts, and this capacity tester goes only to 180 watts maximum. The maximum power point of this panel at this point of time, with this angle of sun and the dirt on the panel, was about 135 watts. This was the maximum. If I turned up the current a little bit more, the actual power went down. So that was the maximum power point at this point of time. 135 watts of a 190 watt panel, but I didn't pay too much attention about sun angle and cleaning the panels before. There was just a general test if this one actually works. I had it running for about 10 minutes, and I think I went into the garage to get the thermometer to measure the cell temperature of the panel. And when I came back, the amperage was on 0. And I said, well, that is weird. And I checked all the cabling. I thought one of the cables came off or something. No, it didn't actually. So yeah, I disconnected everything, took the tester inside, hooked it up to a battery, and well, it doesn't work anymore. I don't know exactly why, because this tester can, well, we've got the sheet here. Oh, this flickering. So here, voltage measure range 0 to 200 volts. And I had it connected to only 34 volts. And the current goes from 0 to 20 amps. And I had only 5 amps, 4.5, 4 to 4.5 amps flowing through it. So this was well within the specs of this meter, of this tester. And something happened to it, and the current doesn't adjust anymore. There's still some current flowing through it, but well, the fan doesn't turn on anymore and the current doesn't hold anymore. So sometimes it's pulling like 5 or 10 amps from your source, but then after a couple of seconds the amperage goes down to 0, and then it goes back to the set value. And I don't know why this is, so it's not accurate anymore, it's not working 100% anymore. Couldn't smell any burning stuff or something. I don't know why it's not working anymore. I've contacted the company now. They've got a tech line reachable via email, so I'm not sure what's happening with this one. But let me tell you that this was the ideal tester for solar panels. That was so easy to set up, because you can operate the whole tester from a 5-volt connection. You don't need to use the 12-volt connection up here. It has a 5-volt input as well. And as soon as you plug it into like a power bank, for example, that's what I used, the meter actually turns on and everything is fine, you know. So this is the perfect mobile setup to test solar panels. And then I prepared 2 cables here with MC4 connectors, like 0.5 meter long only, connected them to positive and negative, and off we go. And then we turned up the potentiometers here, increased the current until we could see the maximum wattage here. So that was a very easy test, but as I said, after 10 minutes, it shit itself. So I'm not sure what's going on. No smell or something, nothing. So weird stuff. Well, talking about testers, some of you made some comments about I should use a 10 ohm, 10 watts resistor. And I had a look in my little drawers here, but all these resistors here, they of course, they've got only 5 watts. And this is 0.22 amps. So that's not working. Oh, this one is already burned here a bit. Now this is not a 10 watt resistor either. I don't think I've got a 10 watt resistor with 10 watts. That is a 10 ohms. 5 watts only. Well, anyway, people have suggested to take a 10-watt resistor with about 10 ohms and put this in a bucket of water to cool it down, and then hook it up to a solar panel and measure voltage and current and see what kind of power we get out of the panel. I don't think a 10-watt resistor will survive, even not in cold water, with a 190-watt panel connected to it. I think it will just die. It will just burn off inside the water. There's no way that this one will survive. 10 watts is not enough to survive 130 or even 190 watts. Well, then an email arrived from John. I don't know where he lives. He sent me an email with this picture here, showing one of these variable resistors. These old school, you know, where you have to push this little contact thingy on the top back and forward. I remember these ones from my school time, actually. This was like, you know, 85 years ago or something, I don't know. But this one on the photo looks exactly like the one we used in the physics class back in the day when I was in school, you know. It's a high load resistor, and you can push this little thingy on top of it back and forward, and you can change the resistance of it. Thank you very much, Tom, for your email and your offer. I've replied already to you if you watch this video, and asked you where you actually live, because this looks like a fairly heavy device. And if you are not in Australia, it might be very expensive to send this one over. So, yeah, John, if you want to send me this one, get back to me and we can have a discussion and see if we can figure something out, how to get this amazing part to me here. It really reminds me of my old school days, really. But this will definitely work. So you only got your solar panel here. Then you come out with a positive going into this resistor. And then from here it has, what's the symbol for it? I think like this or so. Can't remember 100%. And well, and then you measure your voltage, and you also measure your amps. And then you multiply these two together and then change the resistor. Well, you can actually, let me have a look here in our, well, you can actually use one of these ones here, these watt meters, 150 amps it has, or jeez, why is this? Yeah, or one of these energy meters. This is the one Timo actually used in Germany to test the solar panel multimeter. This works with a shunt, and we have used this one here to capacity test our lithium batteries as well. Very good device, actually. Link is down below. And this is very precise because it measures the voltage drop here and also has a external power supply and measures again the voltage directly at the battery and not somewhere over the cables or whatever. So it's a very precise instrument, actually. And you could use one of these in this installation here, have the shunt somewhere in here and measure the voltage directly here at the solar panel as well. So you can either use these ones or the watt meters. I like this one. This one was so good, you know. This has all integrated. It has a display, it gives you the numbers. You don't need to calculate. You can read the voltage, the amps, the wattage, and it has the load already integrated. I need to get this repaired here, but maybe they're not so reliable, I don't know. Yeah, and now after this email from Timo, I'm really keen to get this solar panel multimeter, the solar panel tester into my hands. This is actually the easiest way. You just connect this tester to your solar panel and it gives you all the information on the display straight away. I will test all my solar panels then, all of them. Yeah, these are all methods you can use. I didn't film this, but I hooked up the JGNE solar charge controller, the MPPT solar charge controller, to one of the panels and connected this to the tractor battery, had the light on and everything, and measured the maximum power point. But this bloody stupid solar charge controller doesn't give you an amperage for the solar current. It only shows you the current going into the battery, but not what's coming from the actual solar panel. So I had to measure again with my clamp meter. And then you've got two different meters in between, which show in different ways. It was just, I said, nah, that's all good. So I disconnected everything, and I didn't want to pull out one of the Victron solar charge controllers either. This is all cabled in at the moment, and I wasn't quite in the mood to keep going with the testing of the solar panels. So as you can see, they are all there in a stack until probably until tomorrow, actually, because I've got another day off tomorrow. And if we have sunshine, probably we have sunshine 99%. So I will test these panels probably tomorrow and have a play with the ones we have butchered, where I have unsoldered the diodes, and another panel where the diodes are still in there, so we can measure each string individually on the back and can actually see what's going on. So this gives us a bit more insight what's actually going on, what the voltages of each string are, any dodgy stuff going on there. So I'll probably do this tomorrow, and if I cannot find out what's going on with these panels, they will stay there for a while. And then we move on with other stuff. I probably do another video tonight as well with this box here. This has arrived like 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, probably 6 weeks ago. And I need to show you what's in this box. An amazing, amazing device to test your batteries. It is so good that I have actually ordered another one of these, a bigger one. I don't want to spoil it here. All right, this will be in one of the next videos. When we unbox this one, I'll show you how it works. All right, guys, again, thank you so much for all your comments under my videos in regards to the solar panel issues. We will get there eventually. I find out what's going on with these panels and other panels. And once the tester has arrived here, it will be so much easier. We can then classify these panels straight away. And if I pick up more used ones, I can measure them on site before I pick them up and can say, nah, they're all not good. They're all broken. They've got only 40% capacity or 60% capacity for whatever reason ever. I'm not taking them. So, and thank you again to all the beer donors. Thank you very much for all your donations. This is much appreciated, and it helps a lot with all the ongoing costs of making these videos here. Thank you so very much. All right, guys, probably I will clean up the workbench now here, get this all organized, and then I'm starting making this other video unboxing this amazing device, which will come in one of the next videos. Until then, guys, stay charged, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one very soon. Thanks for watching as always. See you then. Bye bye. It's a bit too far. Need to land here. Here. That's good.